Okay. Some things that we talk about in responsibilities when we're using, and of course you all have to make the decision. Am I going to pass with the W or the smile 5 or the 4 or the 3 or the 2? Who knows what it'll come to, but the standard 3-passer system that we use in our gym anyway, we have some designated responsibilities. And these are the responsibilities we normally delegate when the server is in zone 1 here, or the server is in zone 6, is because generally our setter is standing over here, and these players have to take the ball from their left and get it to their right. It's a little easier for them to reach left. So a ball that's in the exact seam here will be taken by the player who gets to reach left. It's a little easier of an angle to make to reach left and then take the ball to the right here. Some of you might have heard the cute term that left is right and right is wrong. I try not to use that in our gym, even though I'm talking about it, that if somebody is in a direct seam here, then we prefer a player reaching left from these two serving zones. The reason I don't say something is wrong in our gym, and don't advise you to either, is just because if you say something's wrong, are people going to do it? No. I think Nev's seen that a few times where players have been told, okay, right is wrong. So the ball is 1 foot over here, and I let it go because that's the wrong thing to do, to reach to my right. And that's violating the principle of keeping the ball in the air. That's what you do in a volleyball game. So we want to be good in lots of different places as passers. We want to be able to take a ball out here. We want to take a ball out here. But in this case, and I'll get to your question in a minute, the exact seam, in a situation where all 3 of these passers are equal, that exact seam this player is going to take and reach left to make that pass. Now, it might change because if we have Stacy Sakura, who's a very strong libero, and Logan Tom, in these 2 spots, maybe they're taking 40%, 40%, and maybe our other front row outside's taking 20%. So maybe they change the seams at that point. But this is a starting point, and they work from that. Question?
Yeah, I was just going to say, would you like if you had the libero in the middle, would you change them to take maybe both seams, or also if
we'll do that for sure. If the libero is in the middle, maybe that bro will take both seams. It depends on all kinds of things, and it depends on the server and the history of the server and where that server likes to serve.
Also, if the server was, so you have the server on that side, if the server switched sides, would you then say seam?
Like that?
Yeah, seam right.
There we go. So we actually change our base, our fundamental responsibilities. And again, I talked about it up front. Just because I say something doesn't mean it's right only because I said it or only because we do it. It has to follow your principles, and this is what we do, and if it makes sense, maybe it's something you embrace too, but I'm not telling you what you should do, I'm telling you what we do and why it makes sense. Now when the server is over here in 5, we change our base responsibility, all things being exactly equal, and that is because now this player, it's actually easier, especially for this player, and servers often go down this line, to reach a little right to make an angle to go to put the ball on the spot of where our setter ideally would like to take it. But again, those can change based on where the libero is. Maybe if the libero is here, she's taking this seam and this seam, or he, depending on what team you're talking about. But this is what we work from to start, and then you can adjust accordingly. And, again, that's exposing our 3 best, who are clearly better than the other 2 on the court. Obviously, the